Hello, my name is Kim, and in this timeless reading, we are going to find out in what area of your life will you be experiencing a lot of luck, or your luck will be improving. And I do want to give a heads up that in each reading, we did touch upon many different things because it seems like for the collective or for you guys, your luck is turning around for the better in different aspects or areas of your life. So keep that in mind if you do decide to tune into one of the readings. But because this is a timeless reading, there are no set dates or time frames to the messages. So whenever you happen to tune into this video, listen to one of the groups, then the messages may still apply to you. That is, of course, if they do resonate with you. And I will be offering some time predictions in the readings, but take these with a grain of salt because I personally believe it's a little difficult to predict the timing of things since energy is always shifting and rearranging itself. So some things might come in earlier than predicted while others might be pushed back. So just keep that in mind. And for your reading, I will be working with oracle cards as well as el tarot. And at the start of every reading, I will be sharing with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your selected group. So for this portion of the reading, I may be sharing very specific messages. So if they're not really resonating with you, don't worry about it. You can skip ahead to when I start drawing out the cards. That is if you still want to stick around for the rest of the reading or if you feel called to do so. And please keep in mind that your future is not set in stone. At least personally, I don't believe that to be the case because as mentioned previously, energy is malleable and it is fluid. So whatever it is that you do or don't do today can shift the energy, transform it, and therefore completely change the order of events or the direction of things. Which is why it is often said that you are the creator of your own destiny. Okay, but with that being said, let us now take a closer look at the options. So there are 3 different groups to choose from. Each group is represented by a symbol of luck. For group 1, we have the 4-leaf clover. For group 2 is the horseshoe. And for group 3 is the dragon. Please take a moment to meditate on the options and whichever you are drawn to the most or whichever you have been seeing often, if that is the case, then that will be the group and a reading meant for you. And once you have selected, please either go down to the pinned comment in the comment section down below or the description box where the timestamp that will allow for you to skip ahead to your selected group can be found. And if you are ready, then let us get started. Let's go. Hello, if you were drawn to group 1, bienvenidos to your reading. So the image of a butterfly fluttering towards a flower came to mind when meditating on the energy of this group. So butterflies or flowers may be an important symbol or sign for some of you, but butterflies do often symbolize transformation, a metamorphosis, and flowers often indicate a blossoming, a flourishing, coming into your own. So for you guys, it seems like something is in the works, something is beautifully developing and or flourishing. And seeing that butterflies and flowers are also a symbol of spring, and spring represents growth and fruition. Something that you guys can expect is forward movement and you reaping the rewards of your hard work, dedication, and effort. And there could also be an important partnership or a collaboration that you're being given a heads up about. Because butterflies and flowers do have this symbiotic relationship. This makes me think that soon, very soon, you will be coming into contact with someone who you will end up working with, and working with each other will benefit both of you. Okay, but let me now move on to the cards. Oh, and spring season could be of significance. What came through in specific was spring in the northern hemisphere, but spring season in general could just be an important time for you guys. Let us see. And I did notice that this incense here burnt down pretty quickly. So this makes me think of speed, forward movement, momentum. But we have the 5th house with Moon and Leo and the key term appreciation. Interesting. So in the area of life that you will be experiencing a lot of luck and good fortune is in the creative arts, your hobbies, your passion projects, your personal pursuits. It will also be in love. And more specifically, romantic love, but this could also pertain to platonic love, friendships. For whatever reason, I did pick up on that some of you could be teachers, elementary school teachers to be more specific, or you could be instructors, mentors, tutors, or trainers. And if that is the case, you will be experiencing a lot of luck in your respective field or line of work. Or you will be feeling pretty lucky at work or lucky in your profession. But only take that which resonates. That was a very specific message that came through. But with the key term appreciation, you are going to get a lot of validation very soon. So what is coming through is if you are currently working and if you are in a line of work where you provide some kind of service, the people that you have provided a service to or that you will be providing a service to, they will be very appreciative of the services you provide and they will let you know. So they might give you either very positive reviews or they will give you a very generous tip if you accept tips, or they will recommend you to others. With appreciation, there is something here about you getting tangible proof that you are doing well or that what you are providing, what you are offering is of help. Because we do have a cornucopia here, this makes me think of abundance and blessings. So what I'm seeing is very soon you yourself will be feeling pretty blessed, pretty fortunate. And it could be because things are turning out well for you, or it might just be because, as mentioned previously, you're being appreciated and you feel appreciated, most importantly. You may also be receiving a lot of compliments, and these could range from receiving compliments on your appearance, on your physique, on your beauty, inner and outer, on your skills, your talents, your work efficiency, the quality of your work, your style, your outfit, your cooking skills. You know, it could go on and on and on, and it can vary for each one of you. But one thing is for sure, you will be receiving a lot of compliments, a lot of validation. And it's not like you need it, but it's always good to have validation or to get it. It always feels good, especially when we sense that it's genuine, that it's coming from a very sincere space. And that is what I sense to be your case. You will be sensing and truly feeling that these compliments, the appreciation you are receiving, is coming from a very sincere space. With this little blue bird here, or blue sparrow, it is, I just thought of Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. That could just be my brain doing its shenanigans. But what was I going to say? Yes, with the blue bird, this makes me think of communication. So I see you receiving positive communication or you having very positive interactions. So this makes me think of like day-to-day luck, where you have a really good experience with a stranger, like someone helps you out when you're grocery shopping. Like you're struggling to get something off of a shelf and someone just comes along without you asking and they help you to get whatever item you were struggling to get. Or you're about to purchase something and the total is $31, but you only have $30 in your pocket. And you don't have like a credit card with you or Apple Pay or anything like that. And the person behind you generously offers you $1 so that you can complete your purchase. And it's like they're not asking for anything in return. They're just being kind, demonstrating kindness and generosity. Or you are just walking down the street and you find $1 on the floor, or you find money on the floor, loose change. You know, it's like day-to-day luck. It's like getting lucky in random situations in random places. But the bird also makes me think of seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities. So you could currently be seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities, or you soon will be, and this will serve as some kind of confirmation to you or a reminder that you are indeed connected with spirit, that you are not alone, and that you are being divinely guided. Like I said, you're receiving a lot of validation, you're receiving a lot of confirmations, a lot of proof. And because I did speak of the creative arts, for those of you who are creatives or creators, or you're beginning to creatively express yourself or pursuing some creative passion or creative art, things will be faring pretty well for you in regards to this. So one thing that is coming to mind as an example, and this is only an example, let's say someone is picking up a new instrument and they're learning how to play it. And they're getting pretty lucky in that the instrument they have picked up is one that playing it comes fairly easy to them or suits them quite well. Or someone who has been wanting to play the ukulele or the guitar for the longest time, but they've been putting it off because they have yet to get their hands on a guitar or ukulele. And then one day they're offered a ukulele or a guitar in really good condition for a really good price, or they're gifted one. And that's a sign to them that, it's time for them to start playing this guitar, or that's just universe helping them to make a dream of theirs a reality, because now they have the instrument to start practicing so that they can learn how to play this instrument. Again, that's just an example that came to mind because we literally have someone playing an instrument in the illustration, but this could be pertaining to anything. It's like you're being favored, or that's how you might feel, like universe is favoring you because they're helping you out. They're making things a lot easier for you. You're getting lucky in things that might seem unexpected to you, because it makes me think of like one day you're thinking about ice cream, and then the next day your friend comes over with ice cream, and it's like you didn't even ask them to get you ice cream, they just did. Or one day you're thinking, it would be nice if I got an opportunity to see my favorite artist play live, but they never perform in my city, so what are the odds? And then a day or maybe a week later, you find out that that same artist is performing in your city, and now you have the chance to see them perform live. And I just heard a ringing in my left ear, so some of you could be experiencing that. And ringing in the ear, if it has nothing to do with a medical condition, could be for you some kind of sign or confirmation. Like, yes, you're on the right path, or yes, you are heading in the right direction, or you are in the right frame of mind, or it could also be a reminder to focus on that which you do want to experience. Stay on track is how it's coming through. But Moon in Leo is definitely making me think of recognition, being praised, being received well. So you could be receiving some kind of acknowledgement, or you could be receiving a lot more positive recognition. And that's something where your luck might be changing, especially if recently you feel like you have gone unnoticed, or the attention that you have been receiving hasn't been that great or that positive. Things are changing for you when it comes to that, because definitely with appreciation, I see the complete opposite, where you're being praised, you're being seen in a positive light. People are loving you, loving what it is that you're doing. They're loving your vibe, your energy. And they possibly are wanting a little bit more from you, or they're hoping to see you again, or they are anticipating whatever it is that you are going to produce next or share next, because they're loving your content if you're a content creator, or they're loving what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're sharing if you are sharing something. But people could also just be loving spending time with you, being in your company. Yeah, so one thing for sure is expect compliments. I'm seeing you receiving quite a few compliments. And your appearance could be changing, or you could be seeing yourself in a new light, where you're looking yourself in the mirror, looking at your reflection, and you're loving what you're seeing. You're seeing how beautiful you are, appreciating your unique beauty. So this could be also talking about self-appreciation. And you having self-appreciation could be the very thing that is also shifting things for you for the better, because, for example, if you're appreciating yourself more, that could result in you taking better care of yourself. That could result in you giving yourself chances and opportunities that allow for you to shine, or you could be giving yourself permission to pursue that which you want, because all you want is for you to feel good. It's like you wanting to do right by you, or you wanting to do what is best for you, you doing what is best for you, you wanting to, there's a word I'm looking for, pamper yourself. No, Pamper was not the word I was looking for, but it does fit. I was looking for spoil yourself. You wanting to spoil yourself. Treat yourself to nice things. Feel good is what I'm sensing here. But we also have Mercury with intellect, communication, the mind, ideas, thought process, and voice. So you will see an improvement in communication. And this could be like you feeling more comfortable and confident with speaking your truth, with voicing your opinions. You feeling also a lot more confident about your voice, because we do have someone here playing an instrument and we do have a bird. A lot of you could be singers, you could be musicians, entertainers, performers, or your line of work could involve you speaking or you sharing your opinions. Like your voice, and I mean your voice in the sense of your style of communication, could be quite important in your line of work. It could be the thing that stands out the most, or the thing that sets you apart, or it will set you apart in a positive way. So communication could be very important to your line of work or your profession or career or whatever it is that you do, because for some this could be like a hobby, something that you do on the side. And if that is the case, it seems like, again, your communication will be improving, or it will be standing out in a good way. So Mercury makes me think of you finding your style, your unique style of communicating, or this could also be like in general, you're finding your personal style and you're honing it, you're owning it, and you're sharing it. And this is what is drawing attention. Like, this makes me think of someone who's always had a unique style, and then all of a sudden their style garners a lot of attention because their specific style is on trend, right? So maybe you have a very unique style or very unique way of doing things, a very unique way of communicating, of working, and how your luck is changing is that your style is now becoming the trend, or is now becoming popular, or is now being sought out. And so because you already own this, it's been your style for the longest time, to others who are barely getting familiarized with this, it might seem like this comes easy to you, or it's very natural to you. You're like a veteran when it comes to this, and so people might be flocking to you. We literally have this bird flying or flocking towards this person because you own this, right? You're quite familiar with this. You wear it well because you've been doing it for a while. Yeah, or you could be the one starting some kind of trend, possibly. But there is something here about you receiving more attention, positive attention. And you receiving a lot of praises when it comes to your voice. You could be receiving a lot of compliments about your voice or your singing if you are a singer. If you are a singer or performer, there will be opportunities for you to perform or share your talents or hone them is what is coming through. Like you getting opportunities to practice. And Mercury also makes me think of languages. Like if you're learning a new language, or if you're planning to learn a new language, you will get a lot of opportunities to practice this new language, practice speaking it, writing it, practice through having a conversation with another person. This also makes me think of telepathy for whatever reason. So some of you could be practicing and honing that skill as well and seeing improvement. So something else I'm seeing for you guys is improvement, forward movement, progression. I do see you developing a skill or honing a skill, improving upon a craft of yours. You could be getting pretty crafty as well, or maybe something that you're designing, something that you're coming up with, something that is original to you. It's gonna do well, or it's gonna gain attention or traction. Because I see someone like creating something and then sharing it, and then people asking for them to make more so that then they can purchase it from them. So you might end up selling some of your creations, and you could even start some kind of business through that. And this could be something like small and maybe even temporary, but this could definitely have the possibility of turning into like a full-on business if that is what you want, like turning a hobby into a profession, into a career, into a business. That could be like what is happening for some, if that is what you want, because I don't want to push this idea that you have to turn a hobby or a passion into a profession, or you have to monetize it. That is a choice. It's not something that you have to do. But some of you could be moving in that direction, and if it is, that is perfectly fine, right? Yeah, because I'm seeing something like seamstress, designing costumes. Sportswear is what came to mind, headwear. Some of you could be really good at cooking or food decorating. But yeah, this could be anything. These are just examples that are coming to mind based on this illustration here. And with intellect, I definitely feel like you're feeling a lot more comfortable or confident about your mind, the way that you think, the way that you perceive the world. You could be sharing your knowledge with others, or you could be realizing or coming to realize that what you have to say is quite insightful, or it could be quite insightful. Yeah, so you're speaking more freely is what is coming through. And you doing this is going to result in you, again, garnering more positive attention, or you finding your crowd, you finding your people, coming into alignment with them. For some, this could be like finding your target audience, or building some kind of community, or starting or growing a following, if that applies or resonates with you. And because we do have appreciation and then the planet of Mercury, a lot of you could also be getting more comfortable with bestowing compliments, with letting your loved ones know that you love them, with speaking your mind. But I'm not seeing it in the sense of only speaking your mind when you feel the need to state your boundaries, or maybe even get defensive or defend yourself. It's more so about when you feel genuinely excited, when you see something that you like or that you love. It's not keeping quiet about it, it's instead expressing it, right? Like, for example, if you come across somebody who is wearing an outfit that you really like, is having the confidence or the courage to go up to that person and tell them, hey, I really love your outfit, or I think it's really cool, or you look beautiful today. Or if you're going to an event to see someone perform, someone that you know, letting them know you did great, I'm so proud of you, if that is how you genuinely feel. Yeah, and the reason why this is being pointed out is because by you expressing yourself, being more sincere through your communication, especially when it comes to being sincere about your affection, your appreciation, your gratitude for others, that is going to improve your relationships, and it's also going to improve the communication in your relationships. It will also result in you feeling good, right? Because oftentimes we seek to feel good by receiving, by getting the validation from others. But we forget that we can also feel good by extending validation, by being there for others, or by being kind, or by sharing in someone else's happiness, feeling happy for someone who is experiencing happiness. We can also get a lot of fulfillment from that. And so by you sharing the love, let's say, you're changing your own energy frequency to one of gratitude and appreciation and abundance. And that is attracting even more of these things into your life. More situations in which you will feel this way or can feel this way if you give yourself permission to do so. So this is a very beautiful energy. Moon and Leo also makes me think of beauty. So you're radiating, you're glowing. Now I understand why I saw a butterfly and a flower. You're blossoming and flourishing like a beautiful flower. You're in your spring season. That is how it came to mind. Some of you could have been born in spring or summer. Doesn't have to be the case for the messages to apply if they are resonating with you, but you have a glow to you, or you will have a glow to you. You'll be radiating. Some of you could be experiencing what is known as a glow up, but this could also just be like a result of you feeling a little bit more confident in yourself, or just feeling good. But we have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands can often speak of competition, interesting, and inner turmoil, inner conflict. It can also speak of someone getting pretty territorial. So with appreciation, the first three letters, APP, made me think of app or application. So if you have recently applied somewhere, if you have sent out an application or submitted something and you're waiting for a call back, you're waiting for a reply, this makes me think of someone who applied for a very competitive job or position. Is that how you would phrase it? If that doesn't make sense, what I meant is you have applied for a job, which a lot of people are applying to, and you're hoping to get this, or you're just hoping for the very best. I do see you receiving good news when it comes to this. So what is coming through in specific is, if this involves a lot of steps, you will be moving on to the next level or the next step. There's something here about you getting an opportunity to, again, demonstrate your skills, your talents, or to test something out, or to see if something is a good fit. Probation period just came to mind. So some of you could definitely be offered a probation period, or you could be given an opportunity to be a contestant, to compete for something. Some of you could be selected to represent a school, or to represent a program, or to be the head, the image of, I don't know, a company, a brand, or maybe that's what you're running up for. But I do see something about a competition, or feeling like you are competing against many, or maybe you are in a field that is quite saturated, and people in this field often feel like they are fighting or competing to stay relevant. That is how it came through. And so if you're feeling that kind of pressure, again, I feel like the pressure is easy because you're realizing that you're gaining attention, you're gaining traction, people are still flocking to you, or you're doing well. You're standing out is what I want to say with the Five of Wands. You're definitely standing out. And there's something here about, you might be worried about not getting something that you really want. And while you're worrying about this, you're overlooking or not seeing the fact that you have already gotten this. Like, you already have it in your hands. It's already in the bag, per se. But let me look at the other cards. So these two cards fell out together. We have the Chariot. This is a card that speaks of achievement, success, forward movement. And we also have the High Priestess. So two major arcanas fell out together for you guys. The High Priestess speaks about knowledge, the unseen, desirability, mystery, sensuality. Yeah, so the High Priestess is very magnetic. There's something about the High Priestess that draws you in. And so, as mentioned, you're drawing in positive attention. You're drawing people in with your charm, with your charisma, with your essence, with your energy. So there's this feeling of effortlessness with the High Priestess. Again, it makes me think of what was mentioned before. There's something that you're wanting, or that you think you don't have yet, but you don't realize that you already have it. For some of you, it could be like that charm, that appeal. But with the Chariot here, this often talks about focus and determination, assertion. So you're focused on getting what it is that you want, or what is coming through in specific is you're taking inspired action. And so anytime you feel inspired to do something or move in a certain direction, you're not hesitating to do so. And this is reaping you or giving you good results. Because anytime you're feeling inspired to act, it will be because your inner being is pulling you or nudging you to do so. So in other words, this will be you following your inner guidance, your intuition. The High Priestess makes me think of your higher self, your inner knowing. And so the best way I can put it is, your higher self sees an opportunity, and it lets you know by inspiring you with this need to act or move in the direction of that opportunity. And you're not questioning it. You're just following that nudge given to you by your higher self. And so by you taking action, responding to this nudge, you will find yourself being at the right place at the right time. Because these two cards make me think of that. Oftentimes the Wheel of Fortune makes me think of that expression, being at the right place at the right time. But this combo here definitely made me think of that. Like following some inner calling, following an inner nudge, because you're being guided to something good. And so this makes me think of things being a lot more effortless, right? Because you're only taking action when it's actually needed, right? You're only exerting energy when it is actually needed, and it will be beneficial to you or whatever it is that you're doing or creating. So you're not wasting energy, or you're not misguiding your energy or directing it anywhere that isn't useful to you. This makes me think of what came through when interpreting the Appreciation card, which was, you're doing right by you. You're only pursuing and focusing on that which is of your highest good, or makes you feel good, feels good to you, feels right to you. And this is resulting in you experiencing luck, or you just experiencing good things. So you're trusting your inner instincts, your inner guidance during this time. And there's a beautiful duality here of you're taking action, right? You're participating in the creation of your reality by working on that which is tangible, that which you can, in a way, control or more like manage, shape and form in the 3D. But you're also working with your intuition, with your inner guidance, right? So this makes me think of applying your knowledge into the 3D. Having that connection with the spiritual, with the cosmos, with spirit, but also being present in the 3D, working with your 3D, with your environment to create, to bring forth, to see and or establish movement, forward movement. And for those of you who have a spiritual business or you channel messages for others, it makes me think of like a tarot reader on YouTube or an astrologer. Things will be faring well in your business or in your line of work. As mentioned previously, I know previously I mentioned like teacher, tutor, but this could be whatever profession you currently have. Things are faring well. There's forward movement, like things are picking up. So, again, if you offer a service, this could be indicating that you're going to see more customers, more clients, returning customers even. Again, there's going to be traction. So more business, in other words. Some of you could have like a spiritual workshop, or maybe you could be releasing one or starting one very soon, and it's going to fare well, it's going to do well. There's something here about timing. The timing will be perfect. Maybe the day that you release this or when you release it, it's just going to be perfect. It's this feeling of the planets will be aligned. Everything is going to run smoothly. Or maybe the day that you launch something, it's going to synchronize with another major event. And so whatever you're launching is really going to stand out, but in a good way. There's something here about like synchronicities. You experiencing synchronistic events, perhaps. And we have the Four of Pentacles, and it did fall out in the reversal. So the Four of Pentacles can speak about financial stability. It can also speak about saving, budgeting, and holding on, having a difficulty with letting go. So a few things are coming to mind. First and foremost, you're letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Like, as mentioned before, you're only choosing that which is of your highest good, or that which is good for you, that which is healthy for you, especially because we do have this cornucopia here. Makes me think of good health, good stamina as well. So you could be letting go of habits. You could be letting go of ingredients is what came to mind, like foods, products, things that are harmful to you, harmful to your body, harmful to your health. You could be unfollowing channels or pages that are harmful to your mental health or just enable bad tendencies, bad habits. You could be blocking certain accounts, blocking people that, again, keep you in some kind of negative loop. You're protecting yourself. The Four of Pentacles can often speak of protection. I wouldn't say you're guarding yourself, although it kind of feels like that. So a little careful with that, because guarding oneself can be like placing boundaries and protecting one's energy, mental state, well-being, physical health, and so forth. But if not careful, it could result in being guarded, being on the defensive, where we're not only pushing away bad things, but we could also ultimately, without us realizing, end up pushing things that are good for us, that we do want, right? So just be mindful of that. There's a heads up about that with the Four of Pentacles. Just something maybe to consider. But the Four of Pentacles is definitely speaking about you looking after yourself, right? You not letting anything that messes with your peace of mind, messes with your confidence in your self-esteem to infiltrate your space or infiltrate your energy. Like, you're getting really good with discerning what is genuine, what is sincere, what is of help, what is, let's say, constructive criticism versus what is just nonsense, what is hate or projections coming from others. Yeah, this definitely makes me think of like protection. Like, I feel a wall here with the Four of Pentacles. Like, this is sacred. I'm keeping this sacred. I'm being selective as to who I share my time with, or who I open up to, who I share my private matters with, perhaps. And I know we're talking about how your luck is improving. So with the Four of Pentacles, I see you feeling quite fortunate because of something that you did or didn't do in the past. So what is coming to mind is, if in the past you had this feeling that you shouldn't share certain information or reveal something too soon to maybe a group of people or someone, or maybe to an audience, or you should keep something on the down low, or if you felt wary of something and so you decided to not fully trust it because you felt wary of it, something didn't feel quite right, or you declined something perhaps because again it didn't feel quite right, now you're being shown that this was a good call, because you're seeing that by you doing that, you ended up dodging a bullet or protecting yourself. This also makes me think of someone who was thinking about making a big investment or splurging more like, and they held themselves back from doing so. The movie Confessions of a Shopaholic, I think that's what it's called, just came to mind. I don't know, it just popped in my mind out of the blue. But maybe that movie is of significance for some of you. But yeah, it makes me think of someone who held back, or, the Chariot often speaks about discipline. Someone having self-discipline, someone having willpower. So if there was something that you wanted to buy, but it wasn't exactly necessary, and so you decided not to, and instead you decided to save that money, you're seeing that that was a good call. Because by you not splurging or buying that or investing that money and instead saving it, now you have maybe accumulated enough money for something else, or now you have saved up the money that you wanted to save up, or now you have enough money. Because the Four of Pentacles is making me think of something being secured, like you feeling financially secured, or you having what it is that you need, you not being without. So I see you being quite grateful to your past, or grateful to yourself for the decisions that you made in the past, or for making these kind of calls, having that discipline. Yeah, so with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like a lot of you are finding it easier to say no to things, to walk away from things that are not good for you, or you're finding it easy with not settling for less than, or something that isn't of your highest good. You're finding it easier to take care of you, to look out for yourself. You could also be finding it easier to let go of things like material possessions, because you're realizing that you don't actually need them, or by you letting go of these, you're making space for something better, maybe of higher quality. The Four of Pentacles, because I did speak about budgeting, makes me think of like budgeting and saving money. So you could be getting lucky in that you're finding things that you need, things that you've been wanting maybe for a while now at a discount, and you will end up saving a lot of money because of this. Or for some, this could even be like you've been wanting for something or needing for something, and you end up getting it without you having to invest any money in it, or maybe even any energy. So you could end up being gifted the very thing that you wanted, or you can end up winning it. The Four of Pentacles also makes me think of like financial aid. So some of you could end up getting financial aid. If there's anything that you've been feeling called to apply to, like a scholarship, for example, or maybe even a competition where you will end up winning money or some kind of opportunity. Maybe what came to mind is like studying abroad or polishing some work, something along those lines. I feel like you're being advised to go for it, right? Especially if you feel like this nudge and this excitement to apply or to submit your work, if it feels right to you, because there is a high likelihood of you getting it. I know this is a reading about, how your luck is improving, but I feel like in general, luck is on your side during this time. And this feels very like near in your future, like an energy that maybe you're currently already experiencing. So some of you could end up manifesting money or financial opportunities, job opportunities perhaps, but I do see you saving money. I do see you accumulating money or wealth. And I feel called to draw out another card, so I'm going to do it. Ooh, and then we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so this means like fast, right? This is imminent energy, the Eight of Wands. So this is an energy a lot of you could already be experiencing, or that you will soon, very, very soon will be experiencing. This feels like near. But the Eight of Wands also can also speak about good news incoming, something happening quickly. So I do feel like something will be happening quickly. So you could be seeing growth fairly quickly or experiencing exponential growth, especially because we do have the Four of Pentacles in the reversal. This could be indicating like anything that was moving pretty slow in your life or you weren't seeing a lot of action in, prepare thyself, because you will be experiencing action when it comes to this. Like things will be turning around for the better when it comes to this or this area of life. It made me think of like a chariot that was stuck, or the horses that were pulling the chariot weren't budging, and then all of a sudden something happens, like lightning strikes, and lightning always makes me think of like divine intervention. And then the carriage is on its way. The horses get up and start galloping full speed ahead. So it's like things weren't happening and all of a sudden they're happening all at once. Or something that you thought will take forever to manifest or come to fruition or develop, all of a sudden it's manifesting. Yeah, because for the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, you're experiencing luck or more like forward movement in something that you thought would take a long time, or that was taking a long time. And for whatever reason, I'm thinking about relationships, maybe because of the fifth house here. Like, for example, if you've been single for a really long time, if you haven't gotten any action in the realms of romantic love, and you're thinking, man, when is this ever going to happen? Is it going to happen? And if I ever do end up meeting someone that I like, it's going to take a while for us to develop a relationship, perhaps, because I'll have to get to know the person and become comfortable with them, especially if I'm someone that's quite reserved or takes a while to open up. And so you're thinking, it's going to take a while, maybe to reach that stage that I want to experience. This is just an example, right? But then things end up happening a lot faster than you anticipated or that you expected. That's the feeling I get with the Eight of Wands. Like maybe you thought that meeting the person you will end up entering into a romantic relationship with was going to take a while, but then it happens a lot faster or sooner than you expected. And after you meet them, you find that you're pretty comfortable with this person, so comfortable that you can easily open up to them without trouble, and they open up to you without trouble, and it's like things run very smoothly, so smoothly that you can take things to the next level. Like things progress fairly quickly. Yeah, so there could be a point for some, if you want to, right? This is just like more of a personal thing, where you might feel this need to kind of pull the reins because things are moving so quickly. Especially if this is a situation in which you yourself can actively slow it down if you want to. Yeah, but I do see forward movement progression. Like any delays, they're being removed, or anything that you felt was delayed is now coming in at full speed. And because I did mention an application, for those of you undergoing some kind of application process, or maybe something to do with official documentation, and there has been a lot of delays, or you haven't been able to proceed, or things have taken a while to be completed, or for something to be processed or to be approved, this is where your luck is changing. Because I do see you either getting an approval or getting approved, or this process being completed, or it running smoothly. There could also be a lot of opportunities with the Four of Pentacles in different areas. Like, for example, if you've always wanted to travel, there could be an opportunity to travel. But also, if you've always wanted to... And interesting, because the card that fell out for you is freedom. Another bird here. But if you've always wanted to take a course, there could be an opportunity to take a course, right? So it's like, you might find yourself needing to choose between one or more things, or you might find yourself wanting or needing to manage your time, like scheduling in things, because again, a lot could be happening at once. But your clarifier is freedom with Sagittarius and Spirit, and the key phrase, releasing a bird to fly free, and the message, a wild bird soars on the air, limited only by its wingspan and the weather. Do you need to find bigger adventures or a new life philosophy? Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? Ooh, so where your luck might be changing is anything that was detaining you or holding you back or limiting you, you're being freed from it. Right? So any ball and chain that you've been wearing, you're being freed from it. So let's say if you've been wanting to travel, but what's been detaining you is the lack of a visa, you will be getting this visa, or you will be getting a permit if a permit is what you need. Or let's say if what you've been needing is time, the time to travel, the time to do something that you've been wanting to do, you will be getting that time. The freedom to work on whatever it is that you want to work on. This could also be speaking about financial freedom, right? You having the money, the resources to purchase what you want, or to go where you want, to invest in what you want. This also makes me think about freedom of expression. You having the opportunity to express yourself, to create what it is that you want to create. This also makes me think of a freedom of the mind. You liberating your mind from limited beliefs, from a lack of mentality perhaps. Anything that kept you from dreaming bigger, aspiring for more, or pursuing that which you want, longing for it, actively wanting it, and working towards it with the Chariot card. And also, any beliefs or notions that kept you from being honest with yourself about what is possible, what you can make possible, about your own potential, about what is truly for you and of your highest good. So there's no more settling is what is coming through. I feel like there's some kind of, I was going to say breaking point, and it could be that where you'll realize that enough is enough with settling for less, or enough with playing it small, or enough with not allowing yourself to dream bigger, or allow yourself to explore, allow yourself to work towards that which you want, right? There's something here about no more making excuses that keep us playing small, that hold us back, that keep us from trying. No more making excuses that are truly just excuses. With Sagittarius and freedom, you may be free-spirited, right? Or you have quite an adventurous soul. And you could have quite an adventurous soul while also craving stability, while also wanting comfort in your life. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It could be both. So you could be embracing both of these aspects of yourself if you feel like you have both of them. But definitely, I just thought of Freedom Writers, which is a movie, I believe. So that movie could be of significance. But with Freedom and Mercury, it definitely is making me think of freedom of expression, creative writing. Maybe you freeing your mind through a creative outlet, finding freedom through a creative outlet. Maybe through a creative outlet or a passion of yours, you will be achieving financial freedom. But freedom can also be speaking about traveling, relocating. Some of you could be ending a contract. And that's maybe where you're getting lucky, because if you have been bound by some kind of contract or responsibility that up until now you don't see how you can get out of it, and this is something that is detaining you or holding you back, then you're getting lucky in that you're finding a way out of this, right? So you might be provided with the information that will help with you getting out of this contract. Free of charge is what came through, or a responsibility or some kind of restriction perhaps for some will no longer apply to you or be something that holds you back. And anything that has been detained or delayed, like for example, if you've been working on a project and you finished it a while back, but you haven't been able to release it or share it because of some kind of restriction, your luck will be improving in that you will be able to release this. Whatever restrictions there were, they're going to be removed so that then you can release this. Or if you have been working on something and you haven't been able to further develop it or complete it because of restrictions or something along those lines, the very same thing. Something is being allowed to grow. Something is being allowed to flourish. It could be something that you've been working on, but this could also be pertaining to you, your person. You're being allowed to flourish and grow, or you're allowing yourself to flourish. Yeah, so definitely for a lot of you, information could be coming in, like the right information, the information that you need to help you get out of like a contract that is unfair or unfavorable, or like if you're in a dead-end job, is that the expression, or somewhere that you're not happy working in or working at, but you feel like you have to stick to this job because no other job offer has been presented as of yet, then your luck is changing where you will soon be presented with a job offer, or something will come along that then will have you feeling comfortable and confident with quitting this job or transitioning, moving on to something else? Because the Four of Pentacles makes me think of like a financial safety net or having a safety net. So if that's what you've been needing in order to free yourself of something, that's where your luck is improving, because you will have this safety net, or you will have some kind of reassurance, or assurance, or insurance is what is coming through. But let me see, I want to pull out one more card. Birds could definitely be an important symbol or sign. Singing birds is what is coming through. Or bluebirds. Horses could also be of significance. You could have been born in the year of the horse. Or someone who was born in the year of the horse could be playing a significant role in your life. They could be helping you out or offering you emotional or moral support. I'm also seeing the zodiac signs Cancer with both the Chariot and the High Priestess. So some of you could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. Cancer and Leo. Or you could have these placements in Mercury. But we have attentiveness with Virgo and Spirit, and the key phrase, searching for gemstones in the dirt, with the message, it's time to look very closely at what's right in front of you. Is there something you're missing? Can the power of your attention turn a negative into a positive? An optimistic mindset might help you see what's possible. Yeah, so I did speak about freeing the mind. So a lot of you could be releasing a negative mindset, limited thinking. You could be shifting your perspective or your perception, where now you're seeing opportunities where before you only saw obstacles or dead ends. Now you're approaching life with a lot more creativity. You're being more observant and flexible. You're having a more flexible mentality. The expression where there is a will, there is a way came through, especially with the Chariot. And with the High Priestess, you're definitely entering into this mindset of there is a way. There is always a way. There is no such thing as a dead end, because there's only redirection. So if something doesn't work out, doesn't mean that it's the end of all things. It just means that there is a better way. There is another way. And we're bound to find it or come into alignment with it. So your luck is changing in terms to like your mindset. I feel like something in your life is popping up that is influencing you in a very positive way, that is helping you have a more positive outlook on life and a more positive mindset, or just more constructive, more helpful. And definitely you're being provided with information, the right help, the right assistance, maybe even the right resources to help you move along. And this also makes me think of connecting the dots, seeing the signs, and knowing how to interpret them, knowing the meaning behind them, and this helping you, this serving you. Yeah, and you're a gemstone, right? You're the diamond in the rough. Is that the expression? Or you're finding that you are. You're worth being seen. What you do is worth being seen. And you're polishing your skills. Or you're getting opportunities to polish your skills, to practice, to improve upon your craft, upon your skills. And you have a sharp wit. Or soon you will find or realize that you have a sharp wit. Or if you already know this, other people will come to realize this about you, that you're very witty, you're quite intelligent, emotionally intelligent as well. You could definitely end up inspiring a lot of people, especially inspiring them to be themselves, to be their silly, goofy selves perhaps, or just express themselves. And I just thought of that theme song, Express Yourself. Things I want to point out, gemstones, crystals could be of significance. You could own a crystal shop, is what I wanted to say before, like a metaphysical shop or a crystal shop, where that's something maybe that's in the works. Cornucopias could be of significance. Instruments, especially string instruments or instrumental music. You could be receiving a lot of signs or messages through music via songs, lyrics. And some of you could be like sound healers, something along those lines. Sound bath is also what is coming to mind. You're going to receive compliments about your eyes, the color of your eyes, the shape of your eyes, the glint in your eyes. You will have a glint to your eyes. There's something about your eyes. This also makes me think of the third eye. Your intuition, psychic abilities will be at a peak. You will benefit a lot from your psychic abilities, is what is coming through. So trusting yourself. Definitely trusting yourself. You're guiding yourself in the right direction. With attentiveness, this is also letting me know that someone will be very attentive to you. or you will be in a relationship or entering into a relationship where your partner or your significant other will be very attentive of you, of your needs. They will be very considerate. And this could be like a romantic partner, but this could also be someone who you will be in a platonic relationship, like a friend, for example. This is someone who pays attention to details, so they could also be quite romantic, or they love romantic gestures. They love to romance you, or they will remember what you like, what you don't like, and they will always keep it in mind and show you through their actions that they do remember, that they know, that they are paying attention. But we have Cancer, Leo, and the number 5 coming through. The month of May could be of significance for a lot of you. You could be a life path number 5, or you will find yourself in a very different space or place, in a better place, or feeling lot better. And this is not to say that you don't feel pretty good right now, but I'm saying you will feel a lot better, possibly 5 months from now. There's something good happening 5 months from now, or 5 months from now you be able to look back and see that you have progressed a lot, or you're in a different space, a much better place. Some of you could even be traveling or find yourself in a different location 5 months from now. But again, only take that which resonates. Okay, but Sagittarius, Virgo, Leo, and Cancer season could be important seasons for some of you guys. But these are all the messages that are coming through. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to my spirit team, your spirit guides, for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. And I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching. And until the next moment, bye bye. Hello, if you were drawn to group 2, bienvenidos to your reading. So right off the bat, I sense that your luck is changing in anything that has to do with traveling or relocating. There's something about a location or a destination, a residence, a space, a place. So for example, if you have been wanting to move, if you have been looking for a new space, and as of now, no luck, then this is where your luck is improving, which means that either very soon you will be finding the perfect place, or everything will align in a way where you will be able to relocate with little to no difficulty, or you will have the means, the financial means, to live on your own or get your own space or place. Or if you have been wanting to travel, but as of late, no luck, it seems like things are turning around for you for the better, where now it will be possible, or it will be made possible for you to travel. But these are just examples of possible scenarios. It doesn't have to be your specific situation. Now, something else that came through when meditating on the energy of this group was an image of someone outstretching their hand. So if you have been needing some kind of assistance and or help, and again, as of late, no luck, or you haven't found the right help, then very soon you will be receiving the assistance that you need. Or if there is someone that you've been wanting to or meaning to reach out to, and again, as of late, no luck, then very soon you will get an opportunity to connect or reconnect with this person. And it doesn't necessarily have to be one person in specific. This could be a group of people. This could also be like a company, an agency, a label, a brand perhaps, or an institution, a school, right? So it will vary and depend if the message is resonating with you. Okay, but now let us move on to the cards. The word forgiveness just came to mind. So someone may be wanting to come forward to ask for forgiveness or to offer an apology. But we have The 10th house with Venus and Capricorn and the key term convention. Oh, so the area of life that you will be experiencing a streak of luck is in your public image, your connection or association to a society or a community, your public standing, your status, your role in a community, in an industry. For those of you who have been wanting to be part of some kind of social group or exclusive club program, like for example, if you've been applying to get into a school program or a research program or a study abroad program, what just came through is elite program or any kind of club, it seems like very soon you will be receiving news. So either you will get accepted or you will be offered an opportunity to enter into this program or club. You might even be extended an invitation. What is also coming through is getting accepted into an institution, into an establishment or a corporation, maybe a company. Because with convention, I do see you being part of something bigger, being part of something exclusive, or being selected, being chosen, being favored is what just came to mind. So if there's anything you have been wanting to be a part of, but only a select few get chosen for this, or the likelihoods of getting in or being selected are pretty slim. So if this is your case, then again, I do see you receiving positive news when it comes to this, or you getting in. And again, you getting accepted or you getting chosen or selected or getting into this, getting an opportunity to be a part of whatever this may be, might seem like good luck, like you got lucky because of the likelihoods of actually getting selected or getting in. It might feel like it. Yet what is being conveyed to you is, although it might feel like luck, or you getting lucky, that isn't necessarily the case, right? Because for example, if this is a situation in which you are a student who is applying to universities and there is a very prestigious university that you're waiting to hear back from, and you do end up getting selected or approved, then it isn't because you got lucky, but rather because you met all of the requirements and you were chosen for a reason, not just because of luck. So you're just being let known to not give all the props to luck and fortune, because you also had a role in this. It was also due to your hard work, your dedication, your skills, your standing, etc. For those of you who have been wanting to adopt or foster children, or it could be animals, and you have been in the process of getting approved for this, I do see you receiving good news when it comes to this. For those of you who have been wanting to start a foundation or a nonprofit, or you have been wanting to be a part of a nonprofit, an organization that aids people in need or helps communities or is part of some humanitarian cause, it's weird to say it, but how it's coming through is you will be getting lucky when it comes to this. So you might be finding an organization that you feel very excited to be a part of, and you will get an opportunity to be part of this organization. Or if you lead a nonprofit, something very exciting is going to happen that is going to help your nonprofit, or is going to help maybe a community that you are a part of. It makes me think of, let's say, a nonprofit that is aiming to collect a certain amount of money, or that has a fundraiser going, and they end up meeting their goal, right? They end up collecting the money that they were hoping to, and even more. Or they get assistance from philanthropists, or they are able to work with maybe another organization that will end up helping them financially, or helping them with resources, or in another way. Or if there is some kind of goal this nonprofit organization is trying to achieve, they end up achieving this goal in a very unexpected or unlikely way. Because whether you lead a nonprofit or are a part of one or want to start one, what is coming through is something unexpected is going to occur that is going to help your situation, or that is going to help you in some way. And because we have all of these trees, it makes me think of expansion. Like, it will help something that you've been working on or developing to expand. It also makes me think of networking. It makes me think of, like, from one small seed, a whole garden blooms or flourishes. So different examples are coming to mind. One example is you meet someone, and through meeting this person, you end up meeting so many other important or magnificent people. And then next thing you know, you're part of some social circle, or your group of friends has grown exponentially. Your inner circle has grown exponentially. Or you become involved in a club or in a community, and through this, you are exposed to so many other things, so many other opportunities or communities or clubs, or you get to learn about so many other organizations or things going on in the world, or related to humanitarian causes or activism, philanthropy, for example. Or you become part of something, and through this, you gain exposure in some way. It's either you're exposed to something, or you're the one who gains exposure. And there's this feeling of like a ripple effect, or one thing leading to another, but things happening fairly quickly, like there being exponential growth, or your world growing in ways that you hadn't imagined. And it's through connecting with others, or through you being part of something, or you being given an opportunity to become part of something. So another example that comes to mind is, a student who has been applying to universities or colleges, and they get accepted to one, and through this they meet a lot of people, or they meet their lifelong friends, or they get to network, they get to be part of different clubs, or find different interests of theirs, find that they are passionate about more than one thing. So yeah, there's something here about like branching out or expansion. And because I did speak of adoption or fostering, this could also be like through adoption or integrating a new member or members into your family grows, right? But something else that is coming through is popularity. So you becoming popular, or you getting exposed to more people knowing about you, getting the opportunity to interact with you, connect with you perhaps. Because Venus here does make me think of relationships. So it seems like you're acquiring new connections, you're developing new relationships that will be very meaningful to you, that will play significant roles in your life. Because each tree that I'm seeing here makes me think of a connection or a relationship or a person in your life. So yeah, either you yourself are forming a community, or you are establishing something in which a lot of people will be a part of, or you yourself will be part of something bigger. But because we do have a building in the illustration, this also makes me think of a residence, a location. It reminded me of what came through at the beginning about possibly relocating, moving into new space, acquiring your own place. So for those of you who have been looking for, let's say, your forever home, or the next place you're going to settle down in, or the place that you're going to start anew in, and if you have been looking and as of now you haven't found that place, then this is where I see you getting pretty lucky, right? So you might stumble upon a space, a building, an apartment, a house that will be exactly what you have been looking for, or will meet all of the requirements, or will fit the bill is what is coming through. And this could be something like, maybe you stumble upon this place and it's perfect, but you see that it's not up for sale, or it's not up for rent, or that somebody else is already in the works to acquire this space. And that bums you out, that disappoints you, like, oh man, so why was I even shown this place if it wasn't going to end up being mine at the end? What's the point? But then something happens where at the end you do end up getting the space or the place, and for a better deal. And that's the lucky aspect of it. Like, you thought you weren't going to get it, or you thought you weren't going to find it, or you thought that it didn't exist, but then lo and behold, it's there and it's available. Or if it wasn't available, then it becomes available and you're able to rent it, purchase it, acquire it, whatnot. And this is also true for if you're wanting to get a spot somewhere, right? So let's say if you're currently waitlisted on something and you're thinking, what is the likelihood of me actually getting it if I'm on the wait list? Again, something might be happening where you move up the wait list or you do end up getting it. Again, and that's the lucky aspect of it, or what feels lucky. Like, what? I really thought I wasn't going to get in, or I thought that the chances of me getting in were pretty slim, but I got it. But one thing is for sure, this card often speaks about you establishing a connection or forming a relationship with someone who is quite influential, or someone who is in the public eye, or who is a very important person, possibly famous. So I was speaking about like relationships and connections and networking possibly. And there was a message at the beginning about reaching out to another. So if there is someone you have been wanting to get in contact with, and this person is someone who is quite influential or who is very important, like they might be in the public eye, or maybe they're very well known, they're quite famous perhaps, or this is just a person who is hard to get in contact with because they have a lot going on, or maybe they often travel, so it's kind of hard to schedule an appointment with them, something along those lines, then you will get an opportunity to either connect with this person, or to meet them, or to exchange information with them. Yeah, and for a lot of you, you could end up meeting this person through an event. And this is where the lucky aspect of everything is. Because let's say you end up getting invited to an event and you're not thinking much of it, but then you hear that said person, the person you have been wanting to meet per se, or see in person, is also attending this event. And it's like, what? Or once you get to the event, you hear that this person is there, or you see them there, and it's like, what? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that I would end up bumping into this person here? This also makes me think of, like, and this is a personal example, but when I was attending university and while I was on campus, I often heard news that someone famous, a celebrity, was also on campus. And actually one of my classmates ended up bumping into Mark Wahlberg, and a few people also got to meet Justin Bieber while they were just walking through campus. And it's like, whoa, I'm just attending class, I'm just making my way to class, and then I stumble upon this celebrity or this very famous or important person. So yeah, that could be the case. Like, you're not intending to, you're not meaning to, but you end up bumping or stumbling upon someone who is very well known, or someone that you have been wanting to meet or even see in person. Yeah, but with Venus here, for a lot of you, it could be that your line of work, or whatever it is that you're currently working on, might assist with you coming into contact with a lot of people that you look up to, or influential people. Because with the 10th house, there is something here about your own public image or your own standing, or because of your status, you're able to enter into or get access to places or events that not a lot of people are allowed into, right? This makes me think of like having a VIP pass. So maybe some of you will get lucky in that. Maybe you will get a VIP pass to somewhere. It makes me think of someone who is attending a concert and maybe they enter some kind of raffle or competition to get a VIP pass, and they just enter it without thinking much of it or hoping for the very best, but seeing that there is a chance that they might not get it, and they end up getting it. They end up being one of the lucky ones. So, that's an example, but that could be the case for some of you. This also makes me think of like getting access to like a fan meet, or getting an opportunity to shake hands, or maybe even give something to an artist of yours, a musician, or someone who is like your idol, maybe. You know, that could be the case for some of you. This could also be speaking about you getting an opportunity to collaborate or work with someone who you look up to. So just as an example for me, at one point I was a viewer watching general pick a card readings on YouTube and binging all of Carrie's pick a card readings from the channel Kino Tarot. And then I ended up launching my own YouTube channel and collaborating with Kino on a video. And Carrie is one of the tarot readers that I look up to the most, who I, to this day, genuinely enjoy her readings. So yeah, who would have thought? But one thing led to another, right? So, you know, if there is someone out there who you look up to or who has inspired you to pursue your own dreams or to launch something of your own, or to just give it your all in something that you're quite passionate about, to maybe even believe in yourself, and you're hoping to one day meet this person or get an opportunity to connect with them, or maybe even work with them or collaborate with them, don't abandon this dream, because you never know what might happen, right? Like I said, one thing could lead to another, and this dream of yours might very well become a reality. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. So yeah, keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and, you know, set your intentions. Set your intentions for what it is that you want to create, for what it is that you want to experience. So your clarifying card is the waxing crescent with set intentions, rebuilding, hopes, and wishes. So yeah, anything that you're hoping for, anything that you're wishing for that you might think it's a little far-fetched, or, you know, I'm hoping for this, I'm longing for this, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. This is the very thing that I see you receiving good news in, or you experiencing miracles when it comes to this, right? So I feel like your life, or an area of your life, is really evolving. It's turning out to be something that maybe you didn't quite expect, maybe you hoped for at some point, or you dreamed about, but you didn't really expect it. And it's throwing you a little bit off guard, but it's also showing you that anything can happen. Anything is possible. So never close the door completely to possibilities, to your hopes and your wishes and your dreams. And with rebuilding, I did speak about relocating at the beginning. So a lot of you could be relocating, you could be starting anew, you could be rebuilding something, or you could be building something from the ground up. And I do see things working out favorably for you. Or if you have been facing some difficulties, experiencing some kind of inconveniences, I see these being addressed so that they will no longer be a blockage or anything that is slowing you down or detaining you. Rebuilding also makes me think of rebuilding your reputation, or rebuilding a community. It makes me think of second chances, or an opportunity to do something differently, or to create something new. It also makes me think of rebranding. So some of you could actually be doing that. If you are thinking about rebranding, or that's currently in the works, I see that this new approach, or this new image per se, it is giving you better results, or it's working out favorably for you, or working out favorably for your company, or maybe for your own image, for your own status. For those of you who are transferring to a new school, you're kind of wary about this, things will turn out well. And there's something here about this second go at something, or this second attempt or other attempt at something. It's turning out a lot better than the first attempt, right? So this is just an example. Again, let's say someone applied to a university, but their experience there wasn't that great. It wasn't exactly what they were hoping for, and they end up transferring. And they're thinking, if my first experience at a university wasn't that great, I'm not really expecting for this experience at this other university to be better or to be great. But then in this university that they have transferred to, they end up having a way better experience, or a lot of the things that they were hoping for the first time around, they end up experiencing in this new institution or university. So things turn out a lot better the second time around, or with this other opportunity, or with this other go or try. But let me pull out some tarot cards. With set intentions, if you have been trying to manifest, attract an opportunity, an experience, or maybe, you know, the opportunity to connect with somebody, again, this is confirmation that this is going to happen. You are manifesting this. Things are turning out well. And there's something here about allowing for things, right? Because how things will end up unfolding or manifesting, it's going to be quite unexpected. It's not going to be exactly how you imagined it or how you planned it out. It makes me think of the examples that were given to me when talking about manifesting. One of them was, if you are wanting to manifest a car, then manifest for the car of your dreams instead of trying to plan out how you will be acquiring this car. Because if you're planning, you could think, well, what do I need to acquire this car? I need this amount of money. And how can I get this money? By getting this kind of job. And so what I need to do is manifest for this job so that then I can save the money that I then need to purchase the car of my dreams or the car that I need. And so, that's a whole process. You're already determining how things need to go down. And in this case, you're being advised or suggested that, yes, you can go this route if that's perfectly fine. Or you can also just leave it open, right? Simply focus on the goal, on the end goal. Set the intentions for what you want and then allow for things to unfold, because there's different ways in which you can acquire this car. You could do so through hard work and you earning the money to then purchase this car, or you could do so by winning some kind of raffle or a competition, or someone handing you down a car or gifting you a car, right? Anything can happen. I was scrolling through social media and I came across this reel of Jim Carrey, the actor Jim Carrey, who recalled how in his childhood he manifested a bicycle, and how he manifested it was by praying for it, letting the universe know, hey, I want this type of bicycle. And it was a very specific kind of bicycle that was quite expensive, I think, at the time. And he did end up getting it. And it was through him winning some kind of raffle or competition that he hadn't even entered, because his friend was the one who entered him into the competition. So he ended up winning this bicycle without his awareness. But what he did know is that he did set intentions for it, that he manifested it, right? So there's various ways in which something can occur. And the word destination came through at the beginning, right? So don't focus so much on how things should be, because sometimes that keeps us from seeing the possibilities. And there's so many possibilities. There's so many ways, routes to one single destination. So be open is the advice. But let's see. We have the Chariot. So the Chariot is often associated with the zodiac sign Cancer. So some of you could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. But the Chariot represents speed and momentum and forward movement. The Chariot also speaks of success. And the Chariot can also speak about focus. And sometimes it makes me think of tunnel vision. And I chuckled because I actually was about to use that expression, that sometimes when we determine how things should unfold or play out, we get tunnel vision, and that doesn't allow for us to see what is around us. But with the Chariot, this makes me think of someone who's focused on the goal, someone who's determined to achieving something or to making something happen, or is simply moving forward in the knowing that whatever is for them will not pass them by, or that they are leading or guiding themselves to greatness or success. I don't know, I just, looking at the Chariot card, it made me think of greatness. So a lot of you could be building your confidence, but the Chariot card also makes me think of climbing your way up or progressing, and progressing rather rapidly. And I kind of did hint at that at the beginning with the convention card, how I am seeing there being exponential growth. But we also have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is often associated with the zodiac sign Pisces. So we have two water signs, Cancer and Pisces. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers card is associated with the zodiac sign Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, and Gemini, as well as Capricorn. Interesting. So with the Page of Cups, this makes me think of someone who is a dreamer, someone who is quite imaginative, romantic, and creative. So with the Page of Cups and with the Chariot, you're being advised to not let go of your dreams. to keep on dreaming, to keep on hoping, to keep on wishing, to keep on believing, because one or more of your wishes is about to come true. And it might be this thing where once this wish of yours comes true, you might think that is a once in a lifetime kind of experience or opportunity. Like, this doesn't happen to regular folk, right? This only happens in movies, or this is the thing that people talk about, but very few people experience. And it's happening to me, or I'm experiencing it. So this might be an act of providence, or the expression dumb luck keeps coming to mind. So some of you could use that expression, but there is something here about what are the odds? What is the likelihood? But it's happening, and it's happening for me. I'm experiencing it. So with the Chariot card, all that you're being advised is to keep moving forward, and especially keep moving in the direction of that which you are drawn to and called to. And this sounds very cheesy, but keep moving in the direction of your dreams. And then things will unfold. They will unfold for you. And the Chariot card makes me think of, there has been momentum, there has been buildup. Like, you're on your way is the feeling I'm getting with the Chariot card. You're on your way. So a lot of the things that you have done as of now, that have guided you closer and closer to something that you have been longing for or wanting to experience. And like I said, there's a lot of unexpectedness going on here, right? So if you look back right now and you think, well, I don't see how what I've done so far could lead to anything that I've been wanting to experience, especially making a dream of mine a reality. But that's the point, right? Like, you're being advised to be open, right? So sometimes we don't see how one thing will lead to another, but just because we don't see it doesn't mean that it isn't possible. So there's something here about having faith. Things are aligning. The pieces are falling into place, or they have been falling into place. And very soon you will get an opportunity to see the bigger picture. And with the Lover's card, this makes me think of a union. This makes me think of reconnection. So again, if you have been wanting to connect with someone, if you have been wanting to unite with another, or you have been reaching out to someone, then very soon you will get an opportunity to connect with this person. At some point, I was going to say that if you have been wanting to reach out to someone, soon this person will be reaching out to you. But I held back on saying that. And now that I see the Lover's card in your spread, I kind of know why. It's because this won't be a thing of someone reaching out to the other, and then that's how communication is established, or there is some kind of connection or union or reunion. It's more like you meet each other halfway. How could I best phrase this? With this angel or deity here in between these two people dressed in white, it's almost as if the universe or divine providence, I don't know why I want to keep using that phrase, but you could even call it fate or destiny, is the one that is aligning both of you, is the one that is establishing some kind of meeting between you both. So in other words, there is a third party. There is an intermediate that is bringing you two together. And this third party here could, like I said, be the divine universe circumstance, but it could also literally be a person or an opportunity. It could even be something like an event, right? The third party is the event that both of you are invited to. And it is through this event that both of you get an opportunity to be at the same place at the same time and get an opportunity to meet, make eye contact, connect, talk. So look out for opportunities, look out for invitations that call to you, that draw your attention, that seem like you've hit the jackpot, because that could be a form of divine intervention. That could be universe guiding you to some kind of opportunity or guiding you towards someone. But the Lover's card can also speak about like romantic relationships. So if what you have been wanting to experience, especially with the Page of Cups, is a romantic connection, then you're being let know that very soon you will be entering into a romantic connection or relationship, or you will be meeting possibly someone who you share some kind of spiritual or psychic connection with. The phrase childhood sweetheart just came to mind. So that could be the case for some of you. But the Chariot makes me think of someone being on their way to you, or you being on your way to someone. So again, it makes me think of two people meeting each other halfway. Like you're getting closer and closer and closer. So this could be representing a union getting closer and closer and closer. So with the Chariot, there could be some distance between you and someone who you are meant to meet, or you will end up meeting, between you and the person that you admire, or someone who you have a psychic or spiritual connection with. And that could be the reason why this union or reunion, if that's the case for some of you, has taken some time. Because there is physical distance, or there were some things that were, I wouldn't say in the way, but it makes me think of checkpoints, like in a video game, that you or this person needed to go through first before you were able to come together. Yeah, and the Chariot, because I did speak of traveling, the Chariot could definitely be talking about you getting an opportunity to travel. And maybe it is through a trip that you get to meet this person, or you get to meet someone or more than one people who you will be establishing beautiful connections with, or who you will be working with or learning a lot from, being inspired by. Or something that is coming through is that very soon you will be on the move. So you could be taking a few trips. It could be long distance overseas, but it doesn't have to be. But I do see you moving. And for some, this could be speaking about a relocation. But definitely the Chariot makes me think of progress. You're progressing in an area of life, or you're seeing progress, you're seeing growth, your status is changing. For a lot of you, this could be like your financial status, your social status, your status in an industry perhaps is changing, it's leveling up. It makes me think of someone who's gaining a little bit more popularity. But speaking about status, this could also be talking about your relationship status. For some of you, your relationship status could be changing very soon, because we go from the Page of Cups to the Lovers, right? So with the Page of Cups, this makes me think of someone who's being single, or someone who doesn't have a lot of experience in maybe romantic love or being in a romantic relationship, or who's never been in a romantic relationship to now being in a romantic relationship, in a committed romantic relationship. Yeah, so that could be the case for some of you. What just came through with the Lovers is getting lucky in love, or being lucky in love. Meeting someone who you will end up feeling very lucky to have met. For those of you who are currently dating or seeing someone who you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with them, or you can see yourself having a future with this person, or you would like to move on to the next level of commitment with this person, then these three cards could be indicating an advancement in your relationship with this person, you moving on to the next level of commitment. With the Page of Cups, I do see someone making some kind of romantic proposal to another. So some of you may soon be getting engaged, or you could be the one proposing to your significant other, and that could lead to engagement, or to you moving on to the next level of commitment with your significant other, whatever that might mean or be for you in specific. But I do want to clarify that with the Lovers card, this is about you getting an opportunity to come in contact with another, to meet another, or to connect with another person who there is potential of developing a relationship with, or entering into a partnership with, or collaborating or working with, right? So in other words, universe is orchestrating a meeting, yet it will be up to you and up to this other person what you make of this meeting. So let's go back to the example of you end up attending an event that someone that you look up to is also attending, and you see them at this event, right? So here's your opportunity to go up to this person and spark a conversation with them, or introduce yourself to them. But it will be up to you, right? Universe already made it so that you are in the same place at the same time, but then it will be up to you what you make of this, whether you do take this opportunity by going up to this person, striking a conversation with them, or if this person ends up striking a conversation with you, it will then be up to you to engage in that conversation, right? Reciprocate. So just keep that in mind, because I feel it's super important. Now I want to pull out an oracle card to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance. By the way, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer season could be of significance. So So you could be seeing a lot of forward momentum. You could be experiencing great opportunities during these seasons. You could be meeting new people. You could be experiencing some kind of growth. And what just came through is growth in a community. So again, if you're part of a community, or you have a community, or you're building a community, you will definitely see growth in this community. And for whatever reason, looking at the Page of Cups, it made me think of followers. So for those of you who are on social media and you have followers, you could be acquiring more followers, more subscribers, more views perhaps. But the card that fell out for you guys is Neptune with spirituality. And the key phrase, a star forms a window into another universe, with the message, there is a window opening somewhere in your psyche. Step through and activate your imagination to experience extraordinary dreams, spiritual creativity, and a profound connection with the cosmos. It seems like a window of opportunity is opening up for you. And this might be unexpected because it might feel out of the blue, and it might feel like taking a big leap. It's making me think of a portal. Like, again, this is just an example, but let's say somebody was in Oklahoma and they dreamed about traveling to Japan, but seeing their situation, they don't see how that can happen anytime soon. And then this window of opportunity opens up where they can get a chance to travel to Japan at no cost, or with most of their expenses paid. Or maybe they get a job offer in Japan that if they choose to take it, they get to relocate to Japan, right? And it's like, whoa, I thought I had to do all of these things in order to be able to travel to Japan, but turns out that I can just say yes to this and my dream becomes reality. And again, that was just an example, but there's something here about from point A, you can get to point B in the snap of a finger, or pretty quickly. And that might be the lucky aspect of it all. How quick something happens, or how unexpectedly it comes, or how things turn out, how one thing leads to another. But because we do have this key term, spirituality, with the Page of Cups, it seems a lot of the blessings that you soon will be experiencing, or a lot of the things that you might correlate with luck, are things that either you have been manifesting, or you have seen in a dream, you have foretold, or it has been predicted. This could even be something like you dreamt about this, and now it's manifesting. Now it's being actualized, is coming to be. And I'm talking about not dreaming in terms to like daydreaming and fantasizing. That could definitely be the case, because I do feel that to be the case. But what I was referring to was dreaming in that you're sleeping and you're having dreams while you are asleep. Right? So maybe you had a very bizarre, peculiar, but vivid dream 2, 3, 5 years back. And this dream revealed something to you. It helped you understand something that you were longing for, or it awoke something in you. And that's when you started wondering, is this possible? Is this dream a premonition, or is it just a silly dream of mine? Something that my subconscious just made up. And then you realize that no, in actuality, that was your intuition, maybe your higher self, giving you a hint or a heads up about what you would be experiencing at some point in your future. This makes me think of how some people say they dream about someone and they dream about them time and time again. But this is someone they've never met, or that they're not familiar with. And then later on, at some point in their journey, they end up meeting this person. And it's like, whoa, I dreamt of you, or I had dreams of meeting you, and then here I am meeting you. So yeah, this could be something very peculiar in that way, where you saw it coming, or you sensed it coming, or you envisioned it, you had a premonition of it, or you predicted it, or you visualized it, and now it's manifesting. Now it's becoming tangible or unfolding right in front of your eyes. Or this could be where you're getting very lucky. Like you could be having a lot of premonition dreams, or a lot of the things that you are foretelling are coming true, or a lot of the things that you are wanting to attract, you are attracting them. There's something here about getting quite good at predicting future events, or getting quite good at decoding the signs, perhaps like signs and synchronicities that you see or that you experience. getting quite good at channeling messages from spirit, connecting with your inner guidance, as well as getting quite good at trusting the unfoldment of things, allowing yourself to be guided, allowing yourself to be shown what could be the possibilities and so forth. Yeah, because we do have spirituality here. For a lot of you, you could be coming into contact with or reuniting with someone who you have a spiritual connection with, or someone who in this lifetime you will develop some kind of spiritual connection with or soul bond with. I do feel called to pull out another card yet. And we have inspiration or indifference with Aquarius and emotion, and the key phrase, a figure levitates above a mountaintop with the message, when you feel inspired, it is as if you are lifted on air. Inspiration can carry you far, but being lifted above can also symbolize a type of detachment, indifference, or apathy. You may need a new jolt of inspiration to shift your emotions. So one thing that came through is very soon you will be receiving an idea, or maybe you have. And it could be more than one idea. And this idea, you're going to set it into motion. You're going to make it tangible. And once you do, it's going to bring you a lot of luck, or it's going to lead to a lot of good things. I see some of you taking some kind of leap of faith, but you're not taking it blindly. You're taking it with a bit of confidence. It makes me think of someone who's taking a leap because they know what this leap entails or where it's guiding them to. It makes me think of someone who has been shown the way, and so they're confidently moving forward, or they're moving forward knowing that this is guiding them somewhere good. So maybe a lot of you are reaching that point of kind of sensing that you are on the right track, or of anticipating for something because you know what's coming next. You know what's awaiting, or you know where you're heading to, or you know what is needed from you. But the word levitates made me think of the song Levitate by Dua Lipa. So that song could be of significance for some of you. Neptune is associated with the zodiac sign Pisces. So the zodiac sign Pisces or Pisces season seems to be of significance. And we also have Aquarius. But let's see, things I want to point out before I end your reading. The color blue, cerulean or dark blue, could be of significance. It's really standing out to me in your spread. Also, butterflies or butterfly wings could be an important sign or symbol. Immediately, the Chariot made me think of chess pieces, most specifically the Knight. So chess or chess pieces could be of significance. The teapot here made me think, of course, of tea, coffee, brewing tea or coffee, hot beverages, which is making me think of winter time. So wintertime, or when it gets pretty cold and chilly wherever you are located, that could be an important time. Yes, but this is all that I'm seeing so far. So we have reached the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought you some guidance, some clarity, as well as gave you confirmation, if confirmation is what you needed. If you enjoyed the reading, if you liked it, if it helped, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. To all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them play in the background, thank you so much for that, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. And before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to your spirit team, my spirit guides, for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. And I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching. And until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, if you were drawn to group 3, bienvenidos to your reading. So something interesting. The film Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, came to mind when meditating on the energy of this group. So this film, or the entire franchise, could be of significance for some of you. And I do recall that in this film, there was one character who was named after a constellation. And the name is Karina or Karina. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because that was the first thing that came to mind when I thought of this movie. So that name or the constellation itself could be of significance or a confirmation for some. But only take that which resonates, because I know that was Pretty specific and or pretty random. But let us now move on to the cards. Maybe some of you are from the Caribbean. And again, this could be serving as a confirmation. Okay, so 2 cards fell out together, and we have the first house with Mercury in Aries with the key term restlessness, as well as the 10th house with Jupiter in Capricorn and the key term control. Wow. Oh, okay. So something that is coming through is your spirit guides, if you believe in spirit guides. They do want to reassure you that all is well, or that all will be well. That they are taking care of it, or that they are taking care of you and looking after and over you. With control, it seems like your luck is changing and or improving, or you're getting pretty lucky in a situation that is currently out of your control. So if there is anything currently that you feel is out of your hands, or that you're being advised to let go of, to release, to let be, but you're finding it difficult to do so because you feel a bit restless about this whole ordeal, since you might not really know the outcome of it or how things will turn out, or if the reason why you're feeling restless about this, or you're finding it difficult to let go of it or release control of it or just let it be, is because currently things aren't looking so favorable when it comes to this, then this is the very situation that you're being let known it's okay, it will be okay. The reason why we are advising you to release control of this, or to just let it be, leave it up to us, and this is a message coming from the divine universe, your spirit guides, God, if that resonates with you, or messengers of light is what is coming through with Hermes over here in the restlessness card, is because they're taking care of it, or it is being taken care of. Right? Maybe this is something that is bigger than you. Maybe this is something that is best if it is left up to the universe or a higher power. At least that is what is coming through. Because I can't help but feel that there is a higher power. There are deities, there are spirits, benevolent spirits who are working behind the scenes, or who are assisting you at this moment. They are the ones who are turning the wheel of fortune around for you to improve your luck. This wheel over here is reminding me of the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, and I just heard Calypso from the Pirates of the Caribbean films saying a touch of destiny, which is something that she says to Will Turner in one of the films. So I wonder if currently destiny or fate is at play. Like the divine is orchestrating something favorable for you. And if you are currently feeling restless, it could be because you yourself are sensing how things are changing, how the energy is changing, how the energy is moving, how things are aligning themselves or rearranging themselves. And so this restlessness might simply be you psychically or intuitively picking up on that something is happening behind the scenes. There is something here about shifting a timeline or manifesting, working with energy to create new possibilities, new realities. So just know there is a higher power working with you, or you yourself are working with energy, working with universe, the cosmos, the divine, to create, to rearrange, to rewrite. A lot of you could actually be utilizing your manifesting abilities, or you could be co-creating at this moment. You could be getting better at shifting energy, at manifesting, taking quantum leaps, jumping timelines, creating new timelines. Very interesting. And so with the 1st and the 10th house, it seems like your luck is changing and or improving in anything that has to do with your public image, your person, So this could be your physical body, your physique, your appearance, as well as your vitality or your motivation, perhaps. And with the card control, there is something here about your influence, how you influence or how influential you are, or more specifically, what is coming through is your role, your part in some kind of bigger picture. The expression that just came to mind is you're getting back in the game. I'm not sure what that may be about, but it sort of feels like a lot of you are regaining your confidence or you're reclaiming your power. Now, the expression that came to mind is getting back into the scene. So I wonder if some of you took a break from something, if you went on some kind of hiatus and now you are coming back and you're making a big entry, or you're gaining your confidence back, your mojo, your momentum. But for others of you, it could be that very soon you are going to start being in your power where you won't feel uncomfortable with taking a seat at the table. And I thought of the round table from the legends or the stories of King Arthur. There is something here about, again, only take that which resonates, right? But I get this feeling that for a while, there is some kind of role that you were designated, or I don't normally use these words, but it is what is coming through, which is that you were destined to take on. And what I keep seeing in my mind is a hat. Like there was a hat that was especially designed for you, and all this time you were meant to wear it. And now I'm thinking of Gandalf from The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, and how Gandalf had a staff. And the reason why I think this came to mind is because the staff is Gandalf's, and it's a symbol of his status as a wizard, of his role, the role that he plays in this whole storyline and adventure that is The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Why a lot of references keep coming to mind. Now what came to mind is, the wand chooses the wizard from Harry Potter. So I wonder if some of you are movie buffs or enjoy watching movies, or if some of the movies I have mentioned happen to be one of your favorites, or they are some kind of confirmation to you. But the main point here is there is some kind of role that you are meant to take, or that has always been for you, right? So I don't want to make it seem like you have to do something that you don't want to, or that there's something already pre-written or predestined for you, because I do believe in free will. But that's my personal belief. I know a lot of people believe in the whole life purpose and having a destiny or believing in fate. So again, only take that which resonates, right? Yet one thing I do sense is that something is already for you, right? So you don't really have to worry about it. It's more about whether you want to take it on, whether you want to claim it, because it's already yours. And maybe that's the mindset a lot of you are entering into, of what is of me won't pass me by, or truly understanding that you do play a significant role in this reality, in this lifetime, in this world. We do have the globe here in the control card, because all of us do, right? All of us play a significant role. And so you are understanding your significance, your importance, or your role in a situation, or your role in life. Some of you could be coming to understand what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to create, how you want to show up in your life. But there is something here about feeling confident, although confidence does not seem like the most accurate of words to describe this energy, because it's more like settling down in this mindset or feeling of, I am connected to all that is, and everything that exists in the here and now. And therefore, I am never without. I attract, I create, I transform, I transmute, I alchemize. So some of you could definitely be stepping into your manifestor era, where you're finding it easy, or you're getting comfortable more like with manifesting, with calling in, with attracting, with claiming that which is of your highest good, with receiving, and with creating. Because I don't really sense any chasing going on here. There could be a little bit of restlessness whenever you are starting to feel like the energy is shifting, or whenever you are beginning to feel excited because you know that you are creating something, or that you are co-creating with the universe. There could be moments in which you feel restless because that is your inner being pulling you to take action, inspired action. Because it is through this inspired action that you will end up creating and or manifesting whatever you have been trying to attract or call in or make tangible. But I'm talking about this because I feel that your luck will be improving as a result of this. It's like you getting comfortable in this mindset, in this way of being, is what is turning your luck around for you, or is what is resulting in you experiencing a lot of luck in your life. Like things working out for you, you attracting blessings, opportunities that will assist with your growth or will assist with you reaching out is how it's coming through. And right now I just noticed that I had my hands like this, and then all of a sudden they started moving farther and farther apart from each other, and it made me think of like opening up in order to receive more. So I get this feeling of a lot of you, again, entering into a scene or setting out into the world, like really exploring, or now being comfortable with seeing what is out there, with maybe tapping into your own potential, with exploring perhaps. We do have a city here in the background with restlessness, so a lot of you could actually be manifesting opportunities to travel, or that's something that is in the cards for you, traveling abroad perhaps. I did mention Pirates of the Caribbean, and it has to do with ships and the sea and the ocean, so you could end up traveling overseas. We do have a globe here in the control card. But also what is coming through is some of you could be in some kind of platform, or soon you will be in a line of work that involves reaching out to others, or that will have you connecting with people around the globe, around the world. So something that comes to mind right off the bat is like social media. Some of you could be utilizing a social platform to reach a wider audience, or if you currently are on a social platform, then this is your heads up that very, very soon you will be reaching a wider audience. Like what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, it's like a stage is getting bigger, or there's more room now, and so it's like more people are able to see you. It makes me think of entertainer, performers, singers, when they have more room to get close to their fans or their audience, interact with them. And so it's like you will have an opportunity to interact with more people, maybe an audience if you have any, or a following, because we do have the planet Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So it seems like your voice, or whatever it is that you have to say, if you have anything to say or to convey, it's reaching more people, or maybe something that you're creating, something that you're doing, it's reaching more people. The restlessness card, according to the guidebook, it can signify creative writing or contact with the media. So some of you may be creative writers, or you could be influencers, or that's where you're heading to, being an influencer. I did speak about your influence, or you could end up influencing a lot of people through your writing, or maybe something that you create, something that you share, your knowledge perhaps, or it could even be through your actions, through how you show up in your day-to-day. So whether it be through writing, or whether it be through verbal communication, or maybe a creative outlet, some kind of creative or artistic expression, or through any other means, I do see you reaching others. Or maybe that's where your luck is changing. Because, for example, if you do work in, or do something in media and communication, and you've been wanting to reach an audience, reach people via your work, or you have been wanting for your work, your words to reach a larger audience, this will be happening. And with The control card, it makes me think of someone who might already be quite popular or influential, or they do maybe have a following, or they do have a good standing. They are maybe already well established in their respective field, or they are in a way heading in that direction, yet they themselves might feel like they're not there yet, right? It makes me think of the imposter syndrome phenomenon. So if you have been struggling with imposter syndrome or something akin to it, it seems like this is where things are changing for you, because as mentioned before, you're getting more comfortable with your role. You're in a way claiming it. And I don't want this to seem as something possessive or like arrogant, because it doesn't feel that way at all. It's more like becoming comfortable with what it is that you're doing, with your responsibilities. So one thing I will say is, if you aren't already, soon you will be taking on some kind of leadership position, or you will have a very important responsibility, something that will announce to the world, to others, or to an entire industry or community that you do have some level of authority, or that you do have a lot of experience, or that you are someone who is quite reliable, or that will garner the respect of a lot of people. Because this card can also often indicate, achieving recognition for something that you've been working on for a really long time, something that you've been quite patient with or in. So it makes me think of someone who has been working very diligently on growing their community. Let's say, a content creator who has a YouTube channel, who's been working very diligently on their YouTube channel, creating content, thinking of new ideas or improving themselves to grow their channel. And they've been doing this for years. And now they're receiving the recognition. Now they have built that community or that following, but it has been done through years and years of dedication and work, or months. But there is this feeling of it's been a while, or it's been a long time coming. So if that resonates with you, where you feel like you've been working very hard, or you have been working at something for a really long time, and you've been patient with it, you've been as consistent as you could be, then this is paying off. You're being let know that this is paying off. And with control, you have gained a lot of wisdom. You have gained a lot of experience that is going to be come in very handy to you. And it's going to show. It's going to show in your work, in the quality of your work, in how you speak and how you show up and how you move about the world. And I like that 2 cards fell out, because there is a bit of a duality here. We have a very youthful energy with the restlessness card, and a very wise and mature energy with the control card. So this lets me know that you are quite wise and mature for your age. At least that's how it's coming through. Yet you still have a very youthful and enigmatic, is how it came through, spirit about you. So if you do produce content, or you do create, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like create art, your work, the outcome, the results reflect this youthful but also this mature energy. Like, it has a little bit of both. This could be something like, maybe your work is pretty sophisticated, or it's pretty serious, but you add a little bit of play into it, which makes it a little bit more digestible for people, especially for the masses, is how it's coming through. Or maybe you do something that is very youthful and very fun, but you always integrate a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of information that is going to be quite helpful and or useful to people, or to whoever it is that you're sharing this information with. Like, there's a little bit of like fun and play as well as practicality here. And this is serving you. And I feel like this is what is making you stand out from the crowd. It's like your signature. So where your luck is changing and improving is in you standing out, not because you are doing something different, but rather because you are doing what feels right to you, what feels organic and natural to you. So Again, this makes me think of someone who has been working very, very hard, and yes, they might have changed over time, made adjustments as a form of development and growth, but they never diverted from being authentic, from being genuine, having integrity. To put it more bluntly, it makes me think of someone who didn't sell out. And now this is giving them the rewards, because although it took some time, now they are getting the recognition for being themselves, for being authentic and genuine, for not selling out, right? Sticking true to their ideas, their morals, their values. Maintaining integrity is how it's coming through. I remember I once received a personal reading, and what I was advised by the reader was, don't focus too much on creating something that you assume other people will enjoy. Because you cannot control how other people will perceive you or whether they will enjoy what it is that you share with them. What you can do is do your best. Do a work that you are proud of. So before you share something, don't immediately assume how people will respond and or react. Leave that up to the people. Instead, do what you can and do the best that you can with the best of your capabilities. Focus on your work. Focus on you growing as a creator, you doing better as an individual. And yes, it's okay to take constructive criticism and apply any advice given to you if it resonates, if it makes sense, to further develop, to grow, and to make adjustments if adjustments are needed. Yet be very careful with not making it about others or trying to appease others, because that in itself could divert you from your path. And that is a message that is coming through for you guys, right? What I was told by the tarot reader was more like, don't immediately assume whether others will like it or not. And don't let these assumptions keep you from creating or sharing your creations. That was more the advice and the message given to me. But the rest that came through is a message that is coming through for you guys. And if that resonates with you, or that's an advice that you have been given, or that's a conclusion that you have come to yourself that really resonated with you, then you might already be approaching maybe your career or something you've been doing, or the way that you show up with this kind of thinking. And that is what is, in a way, shifting things around for you. But for your cards, we have the Seven of Swords. You also have the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So the Seven of Swords can often speak about deceit or someone getting away with something. It makes me think of a sneaky energy. But how it's coming through for your spread is collecting information. I feel like for the longest time you have been collecting a lot of data and information. It's like you've been working very diligently behind the scenes. You haven't been wasting time. If any of you needed that confirmation or reassurance, here it is. You haven't been wasting time. Whatever it is that you have been doing, it is serving some kind of purpose. And very soon you will be seeing or experiencing firsthand what is the purpose this has been or will end up serving. These swords here make me think of data, and it also makes me think of like breadcrumbs. It's like you've been guided all this time and you're now reaching the final destination, or you're now reaching that point where things are making a lot more sense to you, where you can look back, on your trail and see, okay, so this is how far I've actually traveled. This is how much I've actually done, and it's a lot. I've grown a lot. I've done a lot. I've improved a lot. And there is something here with the Seven of Swords of not looking back, because what we see is only the back of this person. So it makes me think that some of you went along with something and then you never really looked back. You just kept on going, kept on moving forward. Some of you might have surrendered, in a way where you release control, where you're like, well, I'm on this train now, so let's just see where this train is going to take me. Let's just go. Or maybe that's the advice that is being given to you. Like, you've come a long way, see it through, because you're so close. You're so very close. We do have the 10 of Cups here, which can speak about fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Cups is the happy family. It's bliss. The 10 of Cups literally indicates happiness. And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is another card that can indicate emotional fulfillment and being overwhelmed by positive feelings. So I see you fulfilling something. I see you feeling pretty pleased and or experiencing emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups makes me think of contentment. And it's interesting, we have a lot of ones in your spread. We have 2 repeated 10s and 2 repeated 1s. And the number 1 signifies new beginnings. And the number 10 can indicate endings, the completion of a cycle. So you are completing a cycle. You are commencing something new. And this feels almost simultaneous. So it could be that in general, you are completing some cycle. And the expression that came to mind was karmic cycle. So if that resonates with you, then apply it how it best suits your situation. But it could be that you have come to learn some lesson, and you have not only learned the lesson, but you also have learned how to apply these lessons in your day-to-day or in your journey. And it has been serving you. You have been seeing changes after doing so, like positive changes. But what is also coming through is you could be closing a cycle in one area of your life and commencing a new cycle in another area of your life, like at the same time, simultaneously. But of course, this could simply be speaking about you experiencing an ending, some kind of completion more like, and then this ending or completion is what is giving way to a new beginning. You entering into a new era, you starting a new chapter in your life, you moving on to the next thing. And you know, because I did speak about like a quantum leap and shifting or jumping timelines, it's very interesting how we go from the 7 of Swords to then the 10 of Cups and then the Ace of Cups. Right? So if at this moment you feel like you're being cheated by life, or you feel like things are unfair, or you're not getting the recognition that you deserve, like you have been needing to chase after something, you've been in the dark, you've been wandering. And now that what came to mind was the quote, "Not all those who wander are lost," right? So if you ever felt like you were wandering, you're being known that all that time you were not lost. You were actually guiding yourself somewhere. And it could be to this point because there is some kind of realization that is occurring. It's like, I do see the wheel turning. And this is signifying that your luck is improving. But I also feel like this is talking about the wheels in your mind. Like your mindset is shifting. And it's shifting in a way where as soon as it shifts, things change for you in your 3D. How you approach life, how life unfolds for you changes dramatically. And it could be your perception that is changing because our perception really determines how we experience our reality. It makes or breaks sometimes. So what I'm seeing with the 7 of Swords is that you're reaching a point in which you're really taking a look at how you have been approaching life and whether this approach serves you or not. It's like someone who comes to realize that things don't have to be difficult and that they don't have to constantly be pushing through. Or someone who comes to realize that, hey, they deserve better, or they could do better, in the sense of not settling for something less than what is of their highest good. Like, I don't have to compromise on my well-being. I don't have to compromise on my safety, on my security. I don't have to compromise on my happiness. And the 7 of Swords is reminding me of the expression, expectations or comparison is the thief of joy. So maybe you're realizing that there's some beliefs, maybe insecurities for some, or mindsets, ideologies that have been stealing or sucking the joy out of life, or have been influencing you to maybe settle for less, to walk away from your happiness, that which fulfills you. And once you realize this, this is when you will have the say to let go of these, the swords representing these ideas, these beliefs, these insecurities maybe, or fears. Like, drop them and move on. A lot of you are coming to realize that you can change your mindset. You can change your way of thinking. You can reprogram your mind. And I feel like a lot of you are doing so. And once you do this, that's when your luck will be changing and or improving. Because instead of focusing on that which you don't want, you will be focusing on that which you do want, with the knowing that it's already for you. You are already living it. There's this feeling of going from point A to point B. And I, for whatever reason, felt called to pull out another card, and the Wheel of Fortune fell out for you guys. So yeah. The Wheel of Fortune can speak about destiny and fate or fated events, but it does make me think of, you creating your own destiny. Literally, we have someone here weaving, creating something themselves. So you're the one who is changing or shifting the narrative. You're the one who's creating a new timeline for yourself, because you're choosing, you're deciding, hey, enough is enough. I don't want any more of this. What I want is the 10 of Cups or the Ace of Cups or whatever it is that you personally want. And that's what I am creating. That's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm weaving. I'm weaving the tapestry of my own life, my own destiny. And if there is something that I don't like, I do have the power and the say to undo it and create something new or redo it. So control here could be speaking about like a healthy sense of control. Like really understanding what is in your power and taking responsibility over that, not leaving it all up to, let's say, fate. That's why I kept mentioning co-creation, because that's what it feels like. You're co-creating with the universe. So this is just a heads up to you that you can attract whatever it is that you wish to attract into your life, as long as it is of your highest good. And you will know, because you won't sense any resistance. Because once you call it in, it will feel right to you. And it would feel, the expression that came to mind is, it will feel smooth as butter. It won't feel conflicting. Even if there are like conflicting beliefs, like for example, this is just an example. Let's say person A wants to dance in public. They want to dance in public, but they have an insecurity about dancing in public. And so they're manifesting an opportunity to dance in public. But this insecurity has kind of been getting in the way. Like every time they want to manifest it, this insecurity pops up that tells them, you can't do that, or you won't be able to do that, or that's not a good idea. But even if this insecurity exists, once this person allows themselves to fully settle in the knowing that anything is possible, and that they only attract that which is of their highest good, once they really settle into that feeling, then they can see this insecurity for what it is, simply an insecurity, rather than a sign of should they or should they not do this. I feel like I'm not doing a really good job in conveying this, but the control card makes me think of someone who is meditating, like someone who is going within, like really taking a moment to clear their mind or simply allow themselves to feel. And once they do, it's like kind of reaching this neutral point where they can bring something up, really look at it objectively without these distractions of like insecurities or preconceived notions or limited beliefs or anything of that sort. And that's when they can decide, is this really of me? Is this really something that makes my heart sing? Is this really something that I am anticipating, that I am wanting, that I would like to do? And if the answer is yes, because it feels right to them in the moment, then they become receptive to that. Then they make it part of their reality. Like, okay, then I welcome this. I see myself doing this and it feels right. And so this is my reality. So it seems very simple, or it seems very matter of fact, yet this is how it is at times. Like it's more about you being present in the moment and allowing yourself to be sincere and letting go of preconceived notions or assumptions of what is possible and what isn't, or what you're capable of and what you're not, so that then you can truly feel what is of you and what isn't. And also, there's something here with the Ace of Cups, of you being honest with yourself about what is it that you are ready to receive, right? What is it that at this moment, it will feel good for you to receive? Because just as an example, let's say person A, they know they want to create a family, start a family of their own. And they know that this is going to happen. They reach that point where they know this is going to happen. And they are manifesting and calling it in. Yet they're not really determining when it's going to happen. They're leaving it open to the universe or to divine timing. Because although they know that this is going to happen, they might also be quite aware that this might be happening a little later on in their future. Because that's what feels right. Because right now, what they feel is that they're working their way towards that, right? And that's what I mean by being honest and sincere with yourself. Like, we could want for things in the knowing that this is something that we're working towards too. So it's kind of like relaxing, loosening up, and not feeling like everything needs to come in at once, because there's a whole journey ahead of you. So again, only take that which resonates. But definitely with the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, I am seeing emotional fulfillment. I am seeing bliss, feeling quite satisfied. And I know that that was very general, but I'm not really getting specifics, because I feel like what you're creating will vary for each one of you. It will be very, very specific to you. But with the 10 of Cups, I am seeing a happy home, a happy family. So if you have been wanting to improve your relationships with family members, or if you have been wanting to create a family of your own, find your tribe, this will be happening. Especially with the Ace of Cups, because this card often makes me think of community. So a lot of you are creating, or you're building a community. You're creating a safe space in which people can come together. A lot of you could also be helping others. And if that is something that you want, and maybe you've been seeking luck in terms to that, like a way to be able to help others or assist others or reach out to others, then things will be improving for you in regards to this, where you will get an opportunity to reach people or to help people or to create maybe a space where you can help people in person perhaps, or you can provide even more assistance with ease. The Ace of Cups can speak of unconditional love. So that is something that I see as well. You experiencing unconditional love. You sharing or bestowing upon others, the world perhaps, your unconditional love, your wisdom as well. But let me pull out an extra oracle card to get any last messages, advice, and guidance. So we have the Sun with self-confidence, and the key phrase, a figure on a golden throne, with the message, it's time to allow your full self to shine. No holding back. Melt away insecurity with the heat of your inner fire. Connect with the part of you that is comfortable taking up space and let yourself radiate confidence. Yeah, basically. This is what I was sensing at the beginning. So yeah, for a lot of you, what is changing is you feeling more confident, you having self-confidence, healthy self-confidence. And I did speak about you, or I did mention something about you sitting at the table, and then we have someone here sitting on their throne, right? This makes me think of you claiming a role, claiming a responsibility, feeling comfortable with sitting at your throne, wearing your crown. You're reaching a point in which you're allowing yourself to shine. And so something that you're being given a heads up about is that very soon the spotlight will be on you. You will be gaining positive exposure. You will be seen. And this is coming in like perfect timing, because when this happens, you are ready for it, or you're feeling a lot more ready for it. You're a lot more comfortable with it all. And remember, we gain confidence through doing, through being, through trying. Confidence doesn't come first. It's like what came through is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know how that applies or why that came to mind, but confidence is something that gets built. It's something that gets adjusted with every experience. And so don't wait to be completely confident in order to put yourself out there or to live your life or do something that you're passionate about, because you could be waiting for a while. Instead, allow yourself to do the thing, get out there and build your confidence as you go. And you are connecting with that part of you that is comfortable. I kept using this word, right? Comfortable with taking up space, with letting yourself radiate, with letting yourself shine. I feel a lot of you have been dealing with like notions or thinking of, do I merit being here? Am I really ready for this? And again, this might just be me, but I'm not sure if anyone feels really ready for anything that they set themselves off to do. I think even the most prepared of people still often question and doubt whether they're truly ready. And I think that's something good, because that demonstrates awareness, and that also shows a healthy level of confidence, right? Because we can feel prepared and still a little bit nervous. And that is good, because that goes to show, or at least in my perspective, that goes to show that one is aware that there's still so much to learn, that there's still so much to improve upon, and that, we're not necessarily machines. We're here to learn, we're here to grow. Because arrogance is not the same as confidence. Confidence is self-aware, arrogance isn't. So it's okay, right? If you see or perceive yourself as human or spirit living a human experience, because you are human and you are spirit living a human experience. Yet don't be afraid to stand up on that podium or on that stage, in that spotlight, with your head held high, in the knowing that you're here for a reason and that you are a star among stars, right? And the Ace of Cups just made me think of someone who oozes confidence or oozes charisma, someone who is radiating because they are shining their light. They're allowing themselves to be. They're not afraid to show maybe their imperfections or how they're still growing, how they're still evolving. And that could be quite refreshing for a lot of people, right? Because a lot of us try to hide that aspect of ourselves, that humanness. And that often makes it a little bit difficult for others to relate with. And it can even create false expectations, right? But that's a choice that's up to you. You don't have to share with everybody your most vulnerable aspects and sides, because that is very personal. I understand that. But this is just a reminder to you that it's okay if you feel like you're still growing and you're still evolving, because you are, right? Because definitely you are. And there will be moments of confidence. And when you do feel confident, milk it, live in it, allow yourself to be that confidence. It's okay. Yeah. And with the sun here, it's like you're the sun, right? You are magnetic, or you will have this magnetism. You are attracting things to you. And so I feel like that's where your luck is changing for a lot of you. Like, you are garnering a lot of positive attention. You are getting positive exposure. You are being seen. You are being celebrated. I see success for you. This illustration makes me think of someone who is a successful entrepreneur, who is a successful leader, or who has a lot of leadership qualities. It makes me think of someone who started something of their own and now it's become an empire, or now it's become something that is celebrated, widely known, influential. This card definitely makes me think of someone who is influential or influences a lot of people in a positive ways, because with the sun, with the energy of the sun and confidence, this is someone who empowers others, who has others believing in themselves and pursuing their own dreams and their own passions. So you could be that kind of leader, that kind of inspiration to others. And you could be doing this inadvertently by you simply being you, by you sharing your story perhaps, or you just going after your dreams, or you living your best life, or defeating all odds is what is coming through. And some of you could be single parents, and if you are, you're doing an amazing job. Or if you have been wearing several hats, like you are a parent and you're also the breadwinner, or you also work, you're also an entrepreneur, or you're also a student, and you've been wearing these several hats for a while now. We understand how tiring it can be at times, and so we just want to celebrate you, your persistence, your tenacity, your resilience, and we want to acknowledge it by now bestowing upon you the blessings, now showing you the fruits of your labor. And we hope that you feel very proud of yourself, because Spirit, when I say we, I mean Spirit is very proud of you, and I feel like your family is very proud of you as well. And I do want to mention that you are quite proud of yourself. Maybe you are already quite proud of yourself, but this could be something like inner you, past you, future you is quite proud of the you who is right now. You're doing a really amazing job. And if you don't see that yet, we hope that one day you can give yourself permission to celebrate you and celebrate not only your accomplishments, but all of the effort you put into creating your reality or getting to where you are right now, or for all the work that you have done, for staying true to you, for believing in yourself even when life got tough or things got tough. But with the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, it seems like things are getting easier. There's a lot of ease in your future, in your near future. This is an era, you're entering an era of receiving, reaping the rewards, sailing into calmer waters, sitting on your throne, commanding. I was going to say you will command authority or attention, but that doesn't feel right. It's more like you're inspiring attention. You enter into a room and your energy, your very essence, your presence inspires others to turn towards you, to listen to what you have to say. Because again, a lot of you could be oozing a lot of charisma, but the Ace of Cups is also making me think of someone who oozes love, someone who is radiating love. And that in itself garners quite a bit of attention. It's quite magnetic. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Anything else I want to point out? Definitely Wheels of Fortune or wheels could be of significance for this group, an important symbol or sign. Anything that goes round, like anything that looks like a cycle, because we do have the Ouroboros here, so this could also be an important symbol. The Earth, the planet Earth is round as well, is spherical. So again, anything roundish could be an important sign for a lot of you. We do have the number 1, the number 10. You know, these could be important numbers like 111, 1010, or like 1111, or just the number 1 in and of itself could be quite significant. Maybe you are a life path number 1, or you are entering your personal year number 1, or when you do, that could be a very transformative time for you guys. And I ended up shuffling this deck one more time, and the card that fell out for you guys is Ease with Taurus and Spirit, and the key phrase, an afternoon spent resting and reclining, with the message, know when to take a step back. Your body, mind, and spirit may need some time to restore. Is there a situation in your life that might ease if you reduce the pressure and practice more acceptance? Yeah, so I did mention that you're entering a time of ease, and this is just a confirmation. So again, if you've been working very hard, it seems like soon you will be entering a time in which you can relax or take it easy. Some of you could actually be benefiting from or producing a lot of profit and wealth from a passive income, because it feels like you have been working towards that, or you are creating something that will be providing you with wealth or with resources for quite some time. Yeah, a lot of you could be establishing or making a name for yourself, or like I said, creating something from the ground up, or you could be building an empire, building a positive or good reputation. Yeah, this ease makes me think of a freelancer, an independent worker, again, an entrepreneur. But this also could be something like someone who has a job set, someone who has a steady financial income, someone who has like a title, a doctorate degree. They're a professional. They're well established in their field. They have a career going on for them. So That's what I see for you. And if that's what you've been hoping for, you're heading in that direction. Things are working out for you. And it's because you're entering into this mindset of ease, of I attract, of things happen for me. I co-create with the universe. I am meant for good things. Like, why not? Why not experience all that is good? That's the expression that keeps coming to mind. Why not? Why not? So you're entering into this beautiful flow. The flow of a creator, of a manifester. The word establishment came to mind, so that could be of significance for some of you, establishment. Like having your own establishment, maybe having like a physical store or something like that, or an online store. But let's see, anything else I want to point out? The deities or gods Hermes and Zeus could be of significance. You might be seeing a lot of angel numbers, or you could be working with angelic presence, like an archangel, or you do have guardian angels looking after you, more than one, I want to say. Let's see, the zodiac signs Aries, Capricorn, and Taurus could be of significance. These could be your sun signs, or you could have these in your 1st and 10th house, but these could also be important seasons. Or the months of January and or October could be of significance as well. We also have July with the number 7. But January and October could definitely be important or significant months. Or this could be like a window of time. From January to October, you could be working towards something and then seeing wonderful and amazing results fairly quickly. Or from January and October, you might be experiencing a lot of positive shifts and or changes, or experiencing a lot of luck. And this could be also a time in which you're creating, in which you're manifesting, which you're attracting. So you know, if you feel like, yes, the energy right now is perfect for manifesting, utilize this, right? Especially if you feel inspired to visualize, create vision boards, affirm, attract, make changes in your life that motivate you and encourage you to create the reality that you wish to experience. Do so. Take advantage of this. Work with this energy. Co-create, okay? Because this will be you co-creating with the universe, ultimately. And I do see you spending time with an animal companion, or just having the time to spend with loved ones, with family. If that's what you've been wanting, like time with loved ones, time with family, time with your children if you have children, animal companions if you have any, if you want an opportunity to go back home, visit your hometown, reunite with family members. Yeah, things are working out so that this will be possible for you. Again, the universe, the divine is working with you, is making things happen, is aligning things so that this will be possible for you. So you will have the time, maybe the resources, or there will be an opportunity to reunite with loved ones, or be with loved ones, spend time with loved ones. Okay? So yeah. By the way, I do want to point out that January 10th or the 1st of October could be important dates. That's just something that came to mind at the last minute, but these are all the messages that are coming through. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and a huge thank you to all of you who took the time to watch the advertisements or just let them run in the background, since that is the simplest way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. Before I sign off, I want to give a thanks to your spirit guides, my spirit team, and your higher self as well for assisting me with delivering these messages to you. And I'm wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful rest of your day or night, depending on when you are watching. And until the next moment, bye-bye.